welcome to Tea Talks. I'm Thivya, the founder and the host of Tea Talks. Like I mentioned earlier, Tea Talks is where I interview or feature my friends or entrepreneurs who I look up to share their inspiring story with you guys. And today is our very first episode. And I'll be featuring a very dear friend of mine. She's a dancer and she has this skin disease called the psoriasis. And it's definitely not easy to pursue a career as a dancer with that skin disease. Because when I read about this disease, many people around the world, internationally, people who are dancers but who also has this disease, and they have been pursuing their career, their dream successfully. It's very inspiring to read their story. And it's only unfair that we don't talk about our very own Malaysian dancer who has this and how she's also pursuing it successfully, right? So that's why I would like to invite her, and let's welcome Thaneswari. She is the dance instructor at Daynight Studio and also the founder of Cinedance class of 2019. Without further ado, let's welcome. All right. Hi, how are you?
I'm good.
All right, you look nice.
Thank you very much. You too. You look so beautiful.
Thank you. So, like I was telling earlier, I was very inspired by your story in terms of how you are also very passionate about dance, if you ask me, because when I first found you on Instagram, I saw your name as dancing is the best medicine, right? And
Yes.
then only you changed it to Taneshwari, right?
Thane's
So,
Cinedance.
yeah, Taneshwari dance. So that was very inspiring for me on that note. But when I read about the skin disease, right, when you post about your disease, how you go through, how you deal with that, when I every time it catches my attention, if you ask me, every time you don't post often, but every time you post something about it, it catches my attention. So I read about it and I realized that a lot of dancers around Malaysia, around the world especially, has this disease and they are pursuing it very successfully. There's a lot of articles around there. And I was surprised that nobody asked you about this, and nobody covered this part of your life. So that's why I wanted to get to know a little bit about that. So let us know a little bit about this disease and how long you have it and all in terms of that.
Thank you for your question, Divya. Thank you for having me here, first of all. I got it when I was 14. I remember I was Form 2. It started very small. I was too easy, when you get something in your body, you used to be so easy, like, okay, it's nothing, it'll be gone in a week, like that. Just like that, it started on my thighs with a small, a little bit pinkish, I would say a scar. It started like a scar with a patch on it. That's how it started, first of all. And continuously, I was like keep telling my mom something appeared on my body. But we did not take any actions, like we did not go and consult a doctor. I didn't do anything about it. Okay, it was just there for about more than 2 to 3 months, then continued. After it slowly started spreading at the back of my body, then to my leg, then to my chest, it started spreading. And then you wouldn't believe one day I actually dreamt about it, that it's spreading all over my body. The next day I woke up, I told my mom, Mom, do you know I actually dreamt about my skin? It's spreading all over my body. Within a week, it spread all over my body. Just like that, it happened. And then we rushed to the clinic, and then the doctor was like flipping through the book. He's trying to find us out what kind of skin disease. When he was flipping through the book, it really it got me anxious. And I cried on the spot. And then he told me it's psoriasis, it has no cure. And then my mom hugged me when I started crying. I still remember because it wasn't easy to forget at all. And then that's how it started. Then he told me there's no medication in Malaysia. I have to go all the way to India. The next month, my parents booked me a ticket to India, but then we went to India, and then I consulted a doctor. I was on steroid for 15 days because I had no idea how to cure, what was this about. Starting stage, a newbie to this.
Yeah.
And then that's how it was. But the nightmare was when I went to Tirupati to burn my hair. So, Indians does this
Yeah.
ritual. So, yeah. And then the person who wanted to burn my hair, he was so disgusted to touch me. And then he said, I will not do anything to you. You don't come near me because you have all these. I scared it'll get spread. All that. My mom was like consulting him. No, it won't spread. It's like within her. Then we gave some extra cash to him to burn my hair and all. After he burned my hair, then he was like, he took Dettol, he washed off the whole place. He
Oh
was
my
so
God.
disgusted because I was that bad. When he was shaving my head, I was bleeding. My scalp was bleeding actually.
Oh my God.
My scalp was literally bleeding with blood, because it was full of wound. And that's the reason I wanted to give my hair, like, I wanted bald, I wanted to be bald. But too bad all this had to happen. And then when I came back to Malaysia, it got worse because the steroid, it did not stay long for Malaysia's weather. Just like that, I went back to school. I went through some bully, and friends were like,
Yep.
I wouldn't come
Yep.
near you. You have
I
this,
was
what do you
about
have?
to ask that, no? Because you were
Yeah.
14. It was very teenage peak years, you know?
Yes. So it
Yep.
was really hard for me. Then I told my teachers that I'm not coming back to school. Just give me a break for a year. I was actually, the following year, I was already in PMR. I was Form 3. So my teacher said, no, you have to come to school. No matter what, you just come. Don't bother about your friends. Then I went. And then I had to wear a wig. And then my friends got to know it was a fake wig. And then I made fun of that. So I was wearing the wig for a year. Then I get comfortable. I was like, okay, now my things happen. I was like, that actually all this molded me to be better.
Yep.
In order to be more than experienced, I would say it made me stronger. In that age, I went through so much. And then in the Form 3, I was able to, I was able to cope up with myself. I was like able to do things on myself. Every day I used to apply lotion. I cannot leave home without lotion or moisturizer. So I used to apply on my own. First of all, it was very hard for me to apply at the back. I have to use my hand to reach at the
Yeah.
back. So I was asking my mother's help. Just a week, the following week, I did it on my own. Everything was on my own. I take care of myself. I drink medications on my own. But until now, to be honest, I'm not on any medication. I'm not
So
in
it's
any
been
supplement.
10 years, right? You're
It's
24.
been 10 years, yes.
Oh my God. What a journey.
It is still with me.
I mean, you're handling it. That's what I really get inspired about you in terms of how you do you cope up when it comes to dancing when you have the skin disease.
When it comes to dancing, definitely it's very tough for me because one thing is because when a newbie is there for the class or your students are there, they might be wondering what does my instructor has on her, like
Yeah,
something like that. You have
they'll
to
be
bring up
wondering.
yourself. You have to be very confident, even though you
Correct.
have low esteem and insecurities. So it's normal. It was pretty hard for me in the early age. I was like still trying to cope up having this because when I sweat, it burns. It burns my skin, especially when it gets terrible. According to the weather,
My
when
God, you're a dancer. How can you not sweat,
I
right?
know, right? How can I not sweat? So sometimes when it flare-ups too much, when I
Mm.
itchy, when it's bleeding, when I sweat, it starts burning. I'll just run to the toilet and take the tissue and wipe myself out. That's how I used to be. And when people ask me what I have in my hand, I'll just tell them easily, I have a skin disease, nothing much, it doesn't spread, and so on. I will not go in detail. But so far, it has been tough. It has been really tough
Yep.
because last year when I got my second vaccine, it
Mhm.
flared up so badly, like too badly, and I couldn't even stand. I couldn't do any movements because it was in my ankle, just right on my ankle. I couldn't bend my knees. I couldn't do anything much. I was still dancing. That's how my life is. I used to force myself, like, no, it doesn't stop me. It doesn't stop me at all. When it comes to this dancing, nothing stops me. So I used to be like, go on the floor. It's okay. Now mind, heal. If dancing heals you, then it's fine. Just do it like that. But the
My
sweating,
God.
definitely I can't avoid. Yeah.
Yeah, I think the mindset that you have when it comes to, no, this too shall pass, right? So every time you have the disease, it flares up, right? Like you mentioned, every time
Yes.
it flares
Yes.
up again and again and again.
Again and again. Yeah.
You just go back to dancing. You just go back to dancing.
Yes.
Like that's what you do.
That's the only thing I can do.
Yeah, I think I would say that's a mindset that you build up over the years,
Yes.
because I think 14 years old when you started dancing though.
I started dancing when I was really young. I remember when I was in preschool,
Mm-hmm.
my teacher was the first one to pick me for dancing. That's how it started. That's how it started. But slowly I was dancing. I used to do a lot of tarians when I was young.
Mm-hmm.
When I was in primary, I used to be in at least top 10 list when it comes to dancing. This they will have these cultural
Yeah.
events, right? My teacher will always come and tell me, Tane, you're there.
Uh-huh.
Tane, you're there. Tane, you're dancing. And one part, when I was in high school, I was more of education. I was a prefect, so I was like concentrating my dancing and stuff. I stopped dancing, but I mean, in the sense of performing in schools, I didn't attend any cultural events because I did not have any time. You have to jaga the school, jaga the people. So barely I had barely time. But when I come back home, you wouldn't believe, I throw my bag one side. I will not change my uniform. I will just play the song. I'll just start dancing. If I come back home 3 o'clock, I'll be dancing until 5 o'clock. It happens every day. My every single day routine before I shower. So after I shower, come back, then I'll eat. So I can tahan until then, no, I'll be dancing. It's like I'm mad. When I come back home, I have to dance. I will be using my mother's room because it's quite spacious. I'll just turn on the radio. Whatever they play in the radio, I'll just dance only. And that's how it was. That's how it was. I think if I didn't start young, I wouldn't have known that I'm really passionate about dancing. Yeah,
And
I wouldn't have known.
I would say that your passion towards dancing is also helping you to heal your skin disease, you know?
Yes, definitely. It's
Right?
one of it. It's one of
Yeah.
it. Definitely one of it. Because it either distracts my mind or it keeps me happy. It's either
Yes.
one. Yeah. So yeah.
Because every time, and if you're watching, go ahead and follow Thane on Instagram. I think her Instagram ID is Thane at Cinedance, is it?
Yeah. Underscore Cinedance.
Tane underscore Cinedance. So go ahead and follow her. Everything that you'll see is about dance, her dancing videos and all. I think when we had a chat about this interview, we wanted to record this using a phone, and then she uses iPhone that has 258 GB, right? And she
Yes.
said memory is full because it's full of
Yeah,
dance
dance videos.
videos. So her Instagram is really full of dance videos. So it's really inspiring. Thank you so much for
Thank you.
opening up, for opening up and agreeing to be on the show as my first guest.
No worries. Thank you for having me.
All right. All right. One last question I have is that in terms of how, if there's no skin disease, right? Let's say, life is perfect, normal, like every other people, and you're also passionate about dance and all. How do you think life would have been for you?
If I don't have this disease, I think one thing I would say, I wouldn't be this stronger right now. Lah. I would have
Oh my
been too
God, so
easy
true.
on me. So
So true.
I always take it in a positive way. But I also hope that if it comes halfway when I was 14, it wasn't with me when I was born. I believe that it will go away someday. Fingers crossed.
Oh my
Yeah.
God, so true.
Yeah.
True. I would say that the way you handle your insecurity, the way you handle the what you have, I would say that you kind of accept it, that it is part of you,
It is part
and
of me,
that makes
definitely.
it way easier for you to handle it.
Yeah.
And
Because
then,
wherever I go, I'll be like, oh, there's no cure for psoriasis. There's no cure for psoriasis. Okay, fine. There's no cure. What else can I do? What else can I do, isn't it? So it is going to be with me, but I believe it wouldn't be too long. It will go away someday. I'm just hoping for the best. That's all I would say.
all right, I think that kind of brings us to the end of our discussion. I think it was nice talking to you, speaking to you about your disease. I've always wanted to know a little bit about how you handle this. Whenever I look at your Instagram posts and all, I wanted to see how you're handling it. How is she doing, man? There's always in my mind. So now I know a little bit about know how you handle your insecurity, how confident and strong you are. So, probably anything that you like to tell to anyone out there who are also dealing or battling their insecurities in any other way.
The one thing I would say is no matter what you go through, everybody has something to go through with. Everybody is battling with something. Always try to distract yourself. Always don't find for a solution yet, but always try to accept it. It always happened for a reason. Don't try to think, oh, why do always bad thing happens to me? Always think it in a good way. Maybe probably it's molding you to be better instead of it. Yeah. Try to bring it to a positive corner of your life. Probably this is molding me into better, making me better. I'm experiencing stuff like this. So always try to distract from it. Try to keep yourself busy. I know it's not easy to be busy. Like if you're too busy, then it's fine. But if you're too free, you can't get away from this stuff. Then I would say try enrolling to a dance class. Not only dance class, anything you like. Probably drawing, coloring, planting, whatever that is. There's so many around you. There's so many around you. Try to keep yourself busy, distracted instead of going through social media, wasting your time. I know all that is going to make you feel like when you compare yourself with others, you feel, oh, you're not doing well enough, you have this, you have that. So try it in order to be mentally strong, do something that brings out the best out of you. So yeah, that's my only thing to say.
Oh my God, very nicely said. I think I would say it's also like what you mean is that do something that you love in
Do
terms
something that
of,
you love.
yeah, do something that you love in terms of that would keep you busy, that would keep you happy, that would
Happy.
definitely distract you
Definitely
from,
help you, because in my
yes.
experience, I would say that I had a student from depression. When she started coming to my classes, she was actually in the midst of depression, but she was actually how do I say, she was actually coming out of depression. She was healing from the depression. She was distracting herself because she knows Friday is all about dancing. So in a week, I will give them homework. Okay, you do this, do that. So they're occupied. They're pretty occupied. They're always focusing about what they like. So try to do what you like. You will definitely be able to achieve something in your life.
All right, very nicely said. So thank you so much, Thane, for joining us. I think we had a very tight schedule to arrange the interview as well. So really glad that I have you on my show as my first guest. It's my honor. Thank you so much.
Thank you for having me. Thank you for having me, and all the very best to whatever you do, Divya. And you look
Thank you.
so pretty today.
Thank you. Thank you. Right. So if you guys want to know a little bit more about Thane and what she does, we'll provide the link and all the social media handles in the comment below. So go ahead and check that out. And if you like to know who is the next guest that I'll be bringing in, more about what's happening at Tea Talks, and please follow us at Tea Talks on Instagram, and we'll keep you guys posted. Till then, we'll see you guys with our next guest. This is Divya, and signing off with Tani. Bye bye.
Bye bye.